Fuzzy here, you guys. Welcome back to the Alberta Blue Collar Podcast. All right, today we're going to talk about the referendum that may go through and may not go through. On Monday, Alberta separatists announced that they had officially turned in more than 300,000 signatures. I think it was more like 400,000. But anyway, in support of putting the referendum on a ballot, surpassing roughly 178,000 needed for the citizen-led petition, right? So that is submitted, but she's on hold. The signatures will be needed to be verified by elections officials, of course, and that process is on hold until a judge issues on a decision in a legal challenge to the proposed measure. Okay? So I'm going to tell you all about it here in a second. So now I'm going to go into it a little bit more depth than somebody else would. But I don't agree with this, and I guess it's legal. The petition verification is on hold pending an Alberta Court of King's Bench decision. Was it April 10th, 26? In response to a lawsuit from Athabasca Chippewan First Nation and Blackfoot Confederacy, Alberta Court of King's Bench, sorry, not Queen, it's King now, King's Bench, Justice Cheyenne Leonard. Cheyenne Leonard. Yeah, that's it. Issued a temporary stay preventing a petition certification. The injunction halts the verification process until full judicial review is completed. Okay, so now, the reason these First Nations and confederacies want this not to happen is because they'll lose federal money. Okay. Now, if they lose federal money, well, guess what happens? That's billions of dollars, right? Between, all the tribes and bands and whatever you want to call it. Okay. That means the councils and chiefs and everything can't go out and buy new homes or give up the ones they already have in Mexico and Hawaii and across seas, maybe they got ships and boats and all that bullshit that we pay for. But, if they lose that Fed money, all they got left is Alberta. And if we want to opt out of that deal, we're going to go out. The baby boomers, which is me and us over, basically born in 1964, caused that, let this happen. But the next generation, meaning my kids, should not have to pay anymore. There's lots and lots of people that are going to say, I agree, I disagree, you were this, you were that. Well, you know what? That's the way I think. And you think the way you want to think. And I just paying enough. You get billions and billions and billions of dollars by us crossing your land, and you have this, I could go on and on and on about that shit. But this is where they're at, and that's why they don't want this to happen. They say it's illegal, they can't do it, it's against treaty rights, blah, blah, blah. All right, pending the outcome of this matter, and once the justice permits, Election Alberta will have 21 days to verify the petition, using the method as prescribed in the Act to achieve a 95% confidence level. Okay, so that means that 95% of the votes have to be verified for sure. If it's lower than that, it gets booted, right? Okay, so if the proposal is put on an Alberta ballot, the measure would ask, okay, so this is the way they say it, the measure would ask voters, the following question. Okay, so I'm going to say that over because it's stupid. If the proposal is put on an Alberta ballot, basically that's what it's got to say is this. This is the question you're going to get asked. All this measure bullshit and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Do you agree that the province of Alberta should cease to be a part? No, you got to watch what you read here. Okay? Do you agree that the province of Alberta should cease to be a part of Canada to become an independent state? Okay? Now you got to think about that. That's all it's asking. Okay? So what you're agreeing on, if you agree or disagree, I don't give a shit what you do. What you're voting for is to see if that question or some part of that question is on the election ballot. Now, this vote is for this coming election, I think in October. So what that means is if you vote this in, or we vote this in, there will be a question on the next ballot or election. Now, this is the way I'm seeing it, which is 4 years after October, unless they have a plebiscite and they do it. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. You can comment and in the comments down below and see if I'm right, wrong, whatever. Give me the right answer if you need to, whatever. That will be on your next voting ballot. Okay. So for right now, all you're doing is what the province is trying to get is how many people want to separate from Canada. Sovereignty of Alberta holds a premise of economic prosperity, political empowerment, cultural preservation, greener energy. I'm not sure how we can get greener when we have oil, but I guess they can clean it up. I'm not sure how much more green we can get around the world because we only provide, I think it's even under 1% of greenhouse gases. And I think it's just because we have so many trees that soak it up, right? And enhanced position in the global stage. In other words, we can go out. I mean, you got to think, you guys, we're landlocked. So we need pipelines. Okay. I know President Trump has just signed, I think last week, that we're okay to go across the border and run a pipeline into Wyoming, I believe. Okay. So he wants our oil. Right? I don't know why Trudeau shut that thing down. We go and buy this Keystone by XL water pipeline for billions and billions of dollars and shut it down. There's a good investment. Yeah, whoa. Carney, nope. No, there might be something in the plans, but it'll take 10 years before it's even thought about. I don't know why they won't run our oil either to the East Coast, West Coast, Thunder Bay, whatever. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Why they won't get our oil onto the world stage and get it to the coast so we can do that. We right now should not be paying high prices for fuel. We should not. We have oil. We have refineries. We should be paying way less for fuel in Alberta than anywhere else, almost in the world, because we are number 3 on the oil producer map, right? I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. Natural gas, one of the biggest producers in the world. We pay high prices. I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it. By asserting control over its resources, laws, and policies, Alberta can chart a path towards a future that aligns with aspirations and welfare of its people, ensuring a legacy and prosperity for generations to come. Now, I want to say something about that statement right there. Okay. So, policies, laws, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's all good. CPP. Okay. CPP's huge in the baby boomers generation. Okay. I know I talked to my mom and she said, nope, I'll lose my CPP. Well, that's not the intent, because we would go to the CPP fund and get our cut out and so on and so forth. I know I've talked to some people and say, okay, so if we get billions and billions of dollars from CPP, bring it to Alberta, what are they going to do with it? What are they going to spend it on? Well, it's not really for spending, but it's meant for retirement. Okay, so that would have to be sorted out way before that money would come to Alberta. Is it going to be a private company that runs it like now? Is it going to be part of the government? Is it going to be, in my mind, it should be optional. That's one policy that I would definitely go for. If I have the choice of putting my money into CPP, which I don't now, I would do it. I would take that money and invest it myself and make way more money. Way more. And because I think right now they're only making like 4%. Well, guess what? I make 18 to 24% a year with my guy. So that is 5 to 6 times the money I could make on my own. Okay. So that's one of the problems I have with that part of it. Okay. What are we going to do with the CPP if it were to get here? Now, all this is all bullshit and hearsay and blah, blah, blah. I mean, this vote has to go through first. In my opinion, it's not. Because I don't think there's enough people, and we have to vote for it, and the amount of people that come out. I mean, sure, if you got 4.3 million people that come vote, maybe it might have a chance. But I don't know about the last election if it only had, even 50%, 2 million people voted. Okay, 1 million people, 1,000,001 people have to vote this thing in. Oh boy. I think our immigration system is taking care of that, and they don't know who to vote for. I think they're only told who to vote for, but that's another day too for another topic, because I can get pretty nasty about that one. I'm just going to say this one thing. If you haven't lived here in Alberta for 10 years, you're not votable. You can't vote. Simple as that. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, because that could get you in a lot of trouble. Anyway, or me in a lot of trouble, sorry. So, okay, so you've got this all figured out. I hope this helps. I hope the listeners out there, whoever you are, whether it be one guy or 5,000 guys, if you didn't know this is what the problem right now with this thing. And I'll tell you what, these nations and bands could tie this up for years. They could appeal it. They could do this. They could do that. I'm sure, because they've got our money paying big lawyer fees, fighting us with our money. Awesome deal. Awesome deal. It's like paying GST on top of 3 other taxes in a liter of fuel. It's awesome. tax on top of tax, on top of tax, on top of tax. Well, guess what? This is our money on top of our money on top of our money. So we pay. Yeah. Sorry if I offended anyone. And that's your problem. All right. I'm off. Running. Got to go for the day. Take care. See you again. Make sure you subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff. Take care.